Hello, happy witching hour. I need to confirm that y'all can hear me good. I think I'm gonna go in here and check my sound because I'm in my kitchen. And a lot of the times when I'm in my kitchen, I get a lot of interference. Give me a second. Testing, 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 testing. So we should be good. All right. So I thought I would do a little late night discussion with y'all while I clean up. The trolls said that they were going to flag my channel by yesterday. So I figure I'll just talk on this channel, okay, until they take me out, you know? And, I don't think they're going to like this discussion very much. I don't really think so. I'm wondering if they're going to send someone else to my house tonight after this discussion. I'm cleaning up my kitchen and talking to y'all at the same time. I can guarantee you that they done already thought about it. Hello, can I speak to somebody? High Priestess Jamila keeps debunking my lies. Can you help me, please? High Priestess Jamila won't shut up. Oh, God. That's why I said, you got to wonder why people, like they say you're irrelevant. They say you're this, they say you're that, but yet they're constantly creeping around your back door. They're constantly got your name in their mouth, attacking your families, but yet you're just so irrelevant, powerless, and ugly, and you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I've never seen such a violation of the human spirit in quite some time. Actually, I've never seen it. So anyway, I figured I'd come on here and speak the truth, the ultimate truth, before they flag me and take me down. Hello, 1EQL. So, the kids are getting ready to go back to school, the ones that are in public school. And, I noticed that certain people behave a certain way during certain times. It's very strange. I think that on some level we are all codependent on each other as far as the way the economy works. But I think that some people, in particular, they really don't understand what it means to be a business owner. They really don't understand, what that is. Okay. And so you got a lot of people that want to be where you're at, but they can't seem to get there. But they're constantly claiming that they're rich. And it got real ugly on YouTube. I sit back and I look at some of these people on YouTube and I wonder, how are they not embarrassed by the things that they do? How do they have any kind of sense of pride or self-respect at all? Honestly. Um, and so when it comes to the type of person that I am, you know, not only do you have to have some kind of power on your own, but you also have to have the ability to keep it real. And so I've noticed that we got a lot of people out there that are claiming to be very rich and wealthy, yet they're constantly asking y'all for money. It's very funny to me. They're just rich and wealthy, and if they Cashapp up, huh? I think last year was a rough year for everybody. Just mentally, physically, psychologically, the past couple of years has been hard on everybody. And, when you can truly keep it real about that, because I can see everybody's money, including my own. And I noticed that people are very, very, very interested in what other people have or what they had or what they're doing, and trying to discredit them for it, you know? Trying to constantly prove that they're better than somebody. I don't understand it. This mess that has been created on this earth, it's something that we are all going to have to work together to clean up. And I strongly feel, according to what I'm getting from spirit, is that the people that understand that are the ones that are going to get the biggest rewards. Okay, because a lot of people were scared. A lot of people been scared. I know that I did all that I could as a spiritualist to help keep people together through these rough times where literally we had people, dropping dead left and right around us. My mother died last year as well. It was really, really a rough time. And, you kind of have to stop and wonder what is wrong with people that don't actually take the time to acknowledge that. What's wrong with, you know, what's wrong with people these days? And I'm gonna tell you, when something is perplexing, and when it doesn't make any sense, it's probably a good idea to try not to make sense of it. And right now what my spirits are working on is keeping these people out of people's houses, keeping these people energetically away from people. And I'm sorry if some of y'all empaths or psychics are picking up something from my house. I actually had a full-fledged, kind of infestation because there's so much going on in the world. And so I got to clear some spirits out of my house that came in last night around dinner time. Wasn't necessarily the woman's fault, but a lot of people don't really understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I do. I understand exactly and perfectly what's going on. Which is why I have been nice enough and willing to open my house up to people. One thing I always tell my clients is that when you get to the point where you are unappreciative, or if you feel like the manifestation that you see, you're not happy with it, you don't like it, it's not good enough, then you really, really need to probably go into some kind of prayer when you can't appreciate the things that you are being blessed with. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So I want to talk about the 3 Ps. Boy, last year, yeah, that was last year. Last year, boy, they had a field day talking about them PPP loans, which they called it a loan, but any business owner that received it knows that it was basically free money that was forgiven a month later. So if you have a legit business, if you had a legit business in the past 2 to 3 years, like I'm talking about a legit business, not a front business, not a business where you were pretending to be something that you weren't, but it was actually a front for something else. Again, they're still trying to glorify certain industries and trying to make it seem like, it's and trying to present that to women as if that's the way to go. And so last year it was a trick and see, I think that they did that on purpose. I think that they made the PP loans public on purpose, and I can see why they did that. And it was a test. It was a test to see who was worthy. Okay, so if you were energetically in that spirit, because I'm telling you, boy, they were really, really attacking me, because Divine Services Apothecary definitely took advantage of the PPP loan, or free money. I definitely took advantage of it. I sure did. Why not? I have a legit business that I claim on my taxes every year. Why not? I mean, think about it. If Kanye West, who is a multimillionaire, if Donald Trump, who is a billionaire, can get a PPP loan, because they did, okay, they took advantage, then why can't the little people get it? But it was all about shame, 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 shame. That included any business, whether or not you're a spiritual business or you sell shoes. And so last year, it like I don't understand why people are always trying to prove your failure. I think it has a lot to do with their own failures. Because last year I was stalked, harassed. Oh, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. And see, somebody with that mentality, the reason why they said that is because they don't have a legit business. That's the only reason why any of them even said it. A lot of the legit business owners got that loan. If they were lucky, what's up with the mentality of people always watching and hating on somebody else's money? I just don't get it. I still don't get it. I'll never understand where they come from with that. And they're constantly trying to. They're constantly trying. Hold on, real quick, y'all. All right, I'm back, y'all. So what's crazy is that a lot of these people that claim that they're very rich and wealthy, I mean, do y'all remember last year? Because they'll try to replace your memory. They'll try to make you think, oh, what, nothing going on. Shit, people was losing their jobs left and right. We was in a recession last year. So that means that if you had a legit business where you weren't selling drugs or selling sex, you probably, you might have seen some kind of reduction. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I mean, there's a difference between witchcraft, practical magic, and this lie, these deceptions that they throw out there. So basically what the three P's mean is power, privilege, purpose, prosperity. You know, not only that, a lot of people got that PPP loan when they right around tax time. So, for me, here's what I want to say. I've seen a lot of people step out of that energy. A lot of them have moved on. Those people that can't seem to move on is, constantly trying to prove that they're better. Do you really believe them? Do you really believe these people? I mean, they're doing some desperate things. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because they're constantly throwing shade at other people. So you're just better than everybody in the whole world. It's that super duper inflated ego that they end up drowning in. You know what I'm saying? I think that God universally wants people to find their purpose. When you found your purpose, you create less drama, less negativity when you find your purpose. A lot of people don't feel that it's possible for a large amount of people to find their purpose, because when you found your purpose, you're not feeling like you have to do that. And still, clearly, again, what's painfully obvious is for you to continue to attack people means that you are lacking somewhere. Why are you lacking? Probably because you need to do shadow work. Probably because you need to unblock the solar plexus chakra, which is obviously blocked. There's a reason why energy healers are where they are at. There's a reason for that. If those people would just unblock their chakras, stop blocking them, stop trying to block other people, they'll be okay. They wouldn't have to do that. So then they say, well, let's make it about something else. But in reality, see, a lot of these things that we attach to, racism, sexism, misogyny, a lot of those things that we attach to are merely for a person to cover up their inadequacies within themselves. That's why people attach to those things. Oh, I'm not attacking you and trying to kill you or trying to harm your children. I'm not doing that because I'm actually lacking. I'm doing that because, well, you're Black, or, well, you're a woman, or, well, whatever reason. But in reality, what is the truth? The truth is that that person is lacking in life. They're lacking in trust. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, y'all. I noticed that somebody, the great and powerful, was trying to attack my son, so I had to light up this protection jar. Give me a second. Really, the bottom line, I'm gonna tell y'all what the bottom line is because I'm almost done with these dishes. They need to be more concerned about that karma they're gonna get for messing with people's kids. That's what they need to worry about. Oh, these people out here doing all kind of nasty, disgusting stuff. I had to heal my son from a lot of the stuff that they were doing. They were trying to make it look like he had all this stuff and messing with him. And see, today I ain't really had to light up my protection jar at all because I do have a couple of different Hulu protection jars for my kids, and for myself, because what they do is you notice that when, as a mother, and I have a deep hatred for these people. As a mother, what I've noticed a lot is certain times when I go live and I debunk what they say, they get to trying to send stuff. And it's disgusting. Anybody can harm anybody. Children are small. They are more susceptible to things of that nature. Children are. And so if you're weak enough to start spiritually attacking a child, you got to ask yourself, why do you even bother? When your power is so weak that you can only mess with children. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I was talking about it on my other channel. Goddess hates these people. Goddess hates them. You know why? Because what they do is they take your child's photograph, they write down all kind of funky symptoms, and they try to send this stuff to the children. Witchy children, might I add you. Okay? And it's absolutely disgusting. So that's why I had to mute real quick, because I had to put some protection and ward off some bad energy from my son. Because they are constantly doing that. The truth is the truth anyway, whether or not I speak it or not. You know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is that the goddess is going to protect all of these kids that y'all are trying to do harm to. That's the truth of the matter. Okay? And, that's just all it is to it, And, you can tell, if they haven't noticed, a lot of them have been binded to the point where they won't have that privilege anymore. I've been looking at a couple of the other channels where they were talking about how a lot of these people are not able to practice anymore because of some of the things that they did, because they got overtaken by fear, greed, and envy. Probably three of the deadly sins. Uh, you know, they're so scared. They claim that people are powerless, but yet they're trying to shut people down. I'm just gonna keep speaking truth until they finally flag my channel down, because they said they were gonna flag it. So, yeah. So they went, and I think I was probably one of the only businesses on here. I don't think they did it to any of the other witches. If you somebody that had generational wealth, I didn't have generational wealth. I had to, and I still have to obtain a lot of the stuff myself because, obvious reasons. I mean, there's spiritual wealth, but, as far as generational wealth, probably only a very small percentage of our parents were able to pass actual cash money down to us. And so, you know, and you know, a lot of people are hurting in that way. They're angry and mad and upset for some reason. You know, and the bottom line is that if you're still attacking people, you're obviously broken. You're broke, and that's all it is to it. How are you gonna not be broke anymore? My spirits refuse to allow me to do any money readings on this channel. You're not gonna let me do it because, you know, even, you know, I can do it for y'all, but the problem is that if I do it and they see it, they're gonna take the information, twist it. That's why I don't do money readings on this channel no more. I don't do them. You know what I'm saying? They could use some advice. You know, they could use some advice, seriously. Then again, you know, honestly, some of them that are doing some of the stuff that they're doing, you know, they are not, it's like a front business, okay? It's like a front. They're not actually doing anything spiritual, and you can tell why these particular people attack spiritualists. I can't tell you that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all wondering why, because you can see what's up with them, and you wonder, well, why are they attacking spiritual people? Probably because of paranoia. That's the only thing I can think of without confirming it, is paranoia, because they think that you're gonna see what they doing and tell on them, probably. So, you know, and it's a total um, um, paranoia, because you don't even be thinking about these people, and they just be paranoid, and you know, they need a paranoia focal point. A lot of y'all that are being gang stalked are the paranoia focal point. You know what I'm saying? So a lot, from what my spirits told me, that a lot of them that do have any inkling of spiritual power, which, you know, they take advantage of older people, children, you know, people that are not seasoned. They won't even be able to do that anymore. They won't even be able to do that anymore. And so I guess they're just gonna, I don't know. I don't know what these people gonna do. To be honest with you, I don't ever set myself above anybody, because it's just not necessary. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't. A lot of people really need to humble themselves. And, you know, humbling yourself is one of the most powerful things that you can do. So, you know, most of us, the reason why we get up and work every day has nothing to do with grandstanding. It has everything to do with wanting comforts and wanting our families to be comfortable, just like y'all do. But a lot of them, when they get overtaken by that greed and that narcissism, they just can't help it. And, you know, if we're, so yesterday was kind of crazy. Um, it was literally a lot of very, very negative things that was going on yesterday. It was a lot of negativity, a lot of people being very negative, a lot of people being very crazy, acting like they're, you know, and so yesterday I did my regular meditation. That's why I had put up that picture on my wall. where it said, "Get off my planet, Gaia," because it literally could have been worse than what it was. Y'all just don't know how many close calls we had. We have a lot of close calls. It was a state of emergency yesterday. And a lot of you empaths probably had trouble sleeping. If you're someone that had anxiety yesterday, boy, if y'all only knew what was going on. That's why I was saying that, I should do a daily collective, kind of just like the world, you know what I'm saying? For the, just what's going on worldly, because worldly, yesterday was a real evil day. And a lot of people that don't have their spirits in check and they don't have their houses cleaned, they was doing a lot of evil stuff. So if you was doing evil stuff yesterday, then you need to know that you're in a state of emergency. It's a sense of urgency for you to get it together. Okay, if you're stalking somebody and harassing somebody, it's time for you to move on. If you're obsessed with somebody, it's time for you to let go of your obsession. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's just going to get worse for you. A lot of them try to bring up race and all that stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Race, age ain't got nothing to do with it. They fooling themselves. Seriously. Oh, I'm this race. I got privilege. Oh, I'm that race. I got privilege. Okay. So, I know that I was talking about earlier yesterday that we got this storm coming. It's a pretty big storm coming out of the Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? And they say that it's supposed to hit Florida. It's a storm system cooking up over in Florida, like right now. And, I don't know, y'all. Do y'all sometimes think that a lot of these storms are caused by bad energy? Sometimes I think that they are. Sometimes I think that they are. And it's one brewing. We ain't had a hurricane in a minute. I'm with y'all. I usually ain't scared of nothing, but I'm a little afraid of this storm that we got coming here in August this month. I'm kind of scared of it because I'm over here in Georgia. One reason I ain't scared of flooding and stuff like that, but what I do get scared of is when it's so bad that you have a lot of people from Florida having to travel over here. And when the storms are so bad, people are left without power. That's a huge issue, is when people get left without power. So, and I think that what that is about, because everybody want to steal somebody else's shine in some kind of way. It's an epidemic of that going on. Sometimes though, when you try to steal somebody's power, sometimes that power, even if you're able to take it, even temporarily, is too much for people to handle. That's why you should have your own identity. And so a lot of the spiritual community is talking about this. And it's a lot of people that are up in arms about people trying to steal their spiritual power. I don't know if y'all noticed that if you are a spiritual person, a lot of people are greatly concerned about that, people stealing energy from other people. Typically, when you see somebody acting a fool, if somebody's targeting your child, you better believe that they're exploiting your child. I mean, it's happening a lot in this world. I was talking about it yesterday morning. I could sense that a great evil was going on yesterday. It had something to do with children. And, you know, these people, you know, taking sacred energy from children. And I'm going to tell you something. You own the wrong side of wrong if that's what you're up to. You know, reason why I'm saying this right now is because I want people to know, in case people are frightened of these people. I want to let people know that you have nothing to fear. These people will see the hand of God. Yes, they will. They're going to see it and they're going to feel it. And it's snarling. They snarling and bucking, and it's like being in a ring with a bull. And they want to be as ruthless as possible. You know, prove that they badassed it. Ooh, I'm badassed it. You try to tell them this ain't the lifetime for that. You ever had y'all ever hear somebody say that this is the wrong lifetime, honey? What are you doing? You in the wrong timeline. So my spirits want me to go and look up, and y'all can do this right now. What was going on 100 years ago? What was going on in the year 1922? That's going to be interesting when we look at that. And so I'm going to sit down and look that up. I just had to clean up my kitchen real quick and talk about this real quick. I don't know why small businesses are under attack, though, like that. I'm starting to think that these people are really agents for the corporations. Anybody, they're trying to create a diversion to make it look like they have some kind of beef with you, but in reality, they are paid agents for corporations. Probably a spiritual corporation. Who knows? You know, a lot of these corporations, these owners of these corporations, they real greedy. You know, they make about $1 billion a year. And, you know, if they see any kind of loss, they start laying employees off, right? They start laying people off. And it might be because of the lack of productivity. But a lot of those people that they laying off because of lack of productivity are being negatively affected by somebody, some entity, some spirit, you know. But at the end of the day, if you are a CEO or owner of $1 billion company, you're not going to lose no money. You're not worrying about it. Just fire and lay all those people off. I'm wondering what corporation is after my company. Why you need my little bit of pie? Why you want my pie? They want my pie, y'all. I'm trying to figure out which corporation that is. There's got to be, if you are a spiritualist on YouTube and you are under attack, it's got to be a corporation that is doing it. It's not, there's no way an individual person that is spiritually connected An individual person that is spiritually connected is going to know that they don't have to do that. So I believe that the larger corporations or whoever they are want to mess with small businesses. And sometimes I wonder if it's the spiritual ones, and so some of y'all on here dealing with some of these covens, and they supposed to be powerful, right? They supposed to be very, very powerful in what they're doing. And they real ruthless because they're being paid by these corporations, which really makes them a sellout at the end of the day. I don't take cases like that. I take private, personal cases of people. I don't take cases like that to where a corporation can contact me and say, hey, I need for you to go after this person. That's no, that's not what we do. We help real people. We help people. So that's happening a lot for some reason, you know. And, a lot of these covens of these large establishments, they feel like, well, you ain't nothing to me. You ain't nobody. If they lost about 100 grand, they won't show 100 grand, right? And your family will be homeless. So if they feel like they bottom line, and they feel like, well, you ain't nobody, I'm bigger than you. So who steps in at that point? Who steps in at that point if you have a small witchy business and you have seasoned witches attacking you? Your higher self and God. So this is the reason why it's a lot of people that done came on this platform and they done came and went because they were threatened real bad, and they didn't feel that they had the capacity to fight these covens back. You know what I'm saying? They didn't feel that they had the strength to do it. So I've been called crazy a lot because I wouldn't let them run me off. So they think I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? People like me are absolutely trailblazers because we set the stage for not only ourselves but other people, because it's they're trying to, I saw a video where somebody was trying to say that Norse paganism was a closed religion. Hell, they trying to make witchcraft a closed religion. They trying to make the whole damn craft. So if you are a solitary witch, they trying to get you up out of here. And it ain't just if you on YouTube. You can be on Instagram. You can be on Facebook. Okay? They don't care. If you got a company or a business that's making money, they verified it with the PPP loan info that they put out to the public. Regardless of what they say about the PPP loan, that PPP loan lets you know that that business is earning money. So if they know that your business is earning money, that's when you fall under attack. And a lot of people say, well, I'd have left that. That ain't worth it. Yes, it is. What if they do something to your kids? They ain't gonna do nothing to my children. I'd like to see them try. I don't even want to see them try, though. They can't do nothing to your children. That's sad. You know, it really is very sad what we've been seeing lately. We've been seeing it all across the board when it comes to the spiritual community. Been seeing it a lot. And, you know, that's not the correct path. You might as well just go back to, being a Catholic or a Christian. You might as well just do that. And many of them did, because they knew that they were slaughtering a lot of the witches. They were slaughtering them left and right. And I was up for slaughter. Still am. Still am. You know, you ever see a line of cows, and that's literally how they look at it. But you know, what are you really doing? So if you're currently under attack on here, who's behind it is the question. And what's their karma gonna be? What they gonna go through? A lot of them feel like they are immune to karma. A lot of them feel like they're not gonna go through nothing. You know, even though they've been running around here scaring the hell out of people, freaking people out, you know, the spirit of magic has been looking at them like, what is this goofy? Like it just goofy stuff, you know, just real goofy. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Just unreal, crazy spells of illusion and the delusions that they've been causing and paying people off and doing all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's scary. It's a slippery slope. I don't think any witch on YouTube hasn't dealt with that. Do I think that they have the ability to protect their children and their family? Sure they do. Sure they do. And the people that are doing that, they getting a karma for doing the stuff that they're doing. Because what they're doing is they are blocking access. You know, when you see two people in the same energy and the energy force field might be very negative, what ends up happening? Those two people cancel each other out. So what they've been doing is canceling each other out left and right. Causing even more harm, more injury to people's spirit, less understanding, causing more harm to the world, their greed, their envy, their fear. Okay, it's causing more harm to them and then others as well than good. Because what they do is they turn people away from witches altogether. So 9 times out of 10, if you were somebody that purposely tried to do that, you saw a decrease anyway, because you turned people away because you didn't have the trust. That's what people are looking for. People want somebody that they can trust. They don't want somebody that's grandstanding. Now, I'm not speaking about like people that brag about their spirits and stuff and what they can do for them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that, you know, they just come through like a damn storm, and they just, I'm coming to take this, and winner takes all. Winner, chicken dinner. You know, that's how they came. That's how they come through. And it'd be out of the blue. They don't give them. Like, what the hell wrong? Like I ain't like literally I may have put a binding on you so you could do no harm to me, but I ain't did nothing. They don't care. It just you blind, you just a number. You just a number. They don't even see the human being anymore. They just see energy. They don't see, they're almost like those robotic bugs in the Matrix. They don't see the person anymore. All they see is your energy. That's all they see. They don't see even the soul. They don't even see the soul of the person anymore. They just see your energy and they want it. So I've been telling y'all that they're no longer, they're not just doing curses. They're forming cords to you and feeding off of. Okay, it's very different than if you go to a spiritualist and pay to get work done. It's very different. If you go and pay a spiritualist to get work done, and and you get your manifestation out of that, that's like an exchange of energy. Now they taking, and you ain't getting nothing. You're getting nothing out of the deal. So you're seeing a lot of that, the issues and the problems with the spiritualists, especially some of the ones on YouTube. They're very territorial. And, leave YouTube, leave. I said leave. And they're drunk in this false sense of power. They're drunk in it. And it's to the point where you don't even know if you're talking to a human being or not anymore. And so the human experience is what matters, isn't it? That's what matters. So this is the reason why a lot of the people that stuck around, that didn't let them run them off, this is the reason why they're still up and running. These people won't understand it because they're under possession of what? They're under possession of greed, fear, and envy. Okay? So a lot of the, except for the ones that stick together and they got their little secret clique and they got their cliques and stuff, it's a lot of spirituals that have a lot of hate for each other. You know what I'm saying? And, it ain't just hatred, it's fighting and war. Because they're fighting over your energy. If you're a spiritualist on here that has any power, they're fighting for your power, which is weird. I don't want nothing from you. You ain't got nothing. Well, like Z said, nobody robs empty houses. So they said, well, we need to shut Jamila up. So we're going to flag her channel. So I've been waiting on them to go ahead and do it. They haven't done it yet. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all, I wonder what the deal is anyway. I don't get as many views as I used to. So then what would, what are you flagging exactly? So codependency is a bad thing. It's a very bad thing. Some of the witches on here that I've even learned from, some of them on here that I've learned new things from and all of that, and you can tell that that's not what they're doing. and that's something that a lot of us would like to achieve. We want to move beyond all of the drama. I know I would love to, but I know that if you attack my children, you're going to create some drama. Okay? You create drama when you get to attacking people's babies or their parenting. Who are you to talk about somebody's parenting? You know what I'm saying? Some of these people that are attacking your parenting, which a lot of y'all witches on here, y'all got the advantage of not having your children out there. See, I started out as a vlogger on here, so a lot of them already knew about my children, and they otherwise my children wouldn't have never even been known about. It's if you're a newcomer, it's probably a good idea to protect your identity. Some of us whose identities are out in the open, it just is what it is. Evidently that's the way it was supposed to be. Evidently, I gotta soak this skillet. So it's a real shitstorm out there, y'all. But they're powerful. They said we're powerful, but we need your energy. But we're powerful, but we need your energy and your kids. But we're powerful. Okay. Okay. So, it's one of them things that are happening that's kind of like an oxymoron. I'm talking about you. I'm discrediting you. You ain't nothing. And I think a lot of the women, I've looked at some of the beefs of the male practitioners, and they're not that stupid. At the very least, they know how to at least show each other professional courtesy and respect. Even though they might be doing some stuff behind the scenes, but at the very least, they show respect. Men have always had that advantage over women because women get emotional, they get jealous, they get petty. Those are weaknesses. Those are not strengths, and they'll never be strengths. Pettiness and envy and all of that, that's gonna always and forever be a weakness. Okay. So life gets better. I had somebody asking me, when is the end game? Their end game doesn't have to be a part of your timeline. Whatever their end game is, you know what I'm saying? And I think people need to understand that. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing desperate things to people. So the ending, the apocalypse has already happened. It done already passed. It's gone. But, they're trying to reinvent it, recreate it, reestablish this kind of weak behavior. They're trying to redo it. So, anyway, y'all, I have had my discussion. Thank y'all for listening while I cleaned up that kitchen. I want to look at some stuff for August, and I did do a poll. And I see that I have a lot of fire signs watching my channel. It's weird. Fire, water, I think fire, water, earth, and then air watches my channel, which is surprising because I would have thought that I would have had more water signs watching my channel. That's weird. But so I'm gonna put up some readings and stuff. for y'all. And I thank y'all for taking part of that poll that I did on the community wall. If you haven't already, please go and do so. So, one other thing that I was, you know what, I'll talk about. I'll talk to y'all about that later. I'll be back tomorrow with some readings. I'll probably do some live readings from Instagram and then upload them to here, just because I don't know. I feel like doing more stuff on Instagram too, kind of spreading things around a little bit, so I think I'm gonna do that and then upload it to this channel. Okay. So I will see y'all later. Y'all stay safe. Don't believe in these people. Quit fearing these people. Quit fearing these people. I've been under threat for several years, and I always call their bluff. Stop fearing these people. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. And I'll catch y'all later, okay? Blessings.